We're back with another episode.
This episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler is sponsored by myapothecary.com. My Apothecary is the premier online destination for hemp-derived CBD that will help you curate a wealthy lifestyle. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed during the Face Off with Fleming and Fowler podcast series are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent any specific employer, organization, committee, or other group or individual. The primary purpose of this podcast series is to educate and inform. This podcast series does not constitute medical or other professional advice or services.
So hot. Oh, oh. Do you know what song it is? Oh,
No.
Oh, oh.
What song is that?
Can we get much higher? So high.
No.
You know?
Nah.
Okay.
Don't know that one.
All right. Let's start this off strong. Welcome back to another episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler.
How's it going? Welcome back.
It's going.
We're back in the same room again.
Back together, back in the room.
Back it again.
Back to back like the cover of Lethal Weapon.
Back to doesn't Drake have a song like that?
They gonna finish it back to back.
Back to
Do you
back.
remember when he became friends with Meek again and he was like, I'm not playing that shit anymore?
Yeah. I kind of like their feud. Well, no, because
they decided they both hated Nicki. So.
yeah, that's true.
Drake was like, she'll never fuck me, and Meek was like, she'll never fuck me again either. So they became friends.
Meek definitely lost with that one. It was just
Dude, yes. Did you see the interview where he said he was having dinner with Beyonce and Jay-Z, and Jay was playing? He had a playlist. He was playing all this shit, and fucking Back to Back came on. Yeah, and everyone was just like, "Fuck."
Like, never mind. Sorry, we apologize. Yeah,
my bad.
And then that's all right, but Drake's karma came back because Pusha T, ooh Lord, when he revealed he had the son, I was like, ooh, Pusha, too far. Too far, my brother.
My son from
Wasn't hiding my world from the sun, the sun from my world. What?
No, sir.
And now you see him with a bunch of pictures and posts on
of his
social media.
Son.
Oh, we're watching this and back fucking yardigans, and it's like, yeah, dude, you were caught. So good luck with that.
He got on that.
Exactly. So how was your week this past week? Oh, well, before we even get into all that, who cares about how our week was? You went on vacation. Let's hear about it.
Not only did I go on vacation, I made it back from vacation.
Well, that's always a plan, correct?
Sometimes you'd think.
Okay, depending on where you go.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I went to this little cute place. You might have heard of it. It's called Miami, Florida.
Oh, interesting. Did you bring me back any Publix cookies?
0%. I literally went, got fucked up, and came right the fuck back home.
Shameful. What do I have to do to just get some Publix cookies?
You go to Florida yourself.
I know I'm going in the summer. I won't say exactly when, but I'm going in the summer.
Yeah, it was good. Everyone was wearing their mask in places for the most part, which I appreciated.
Really?
There weren't masks on the beach.
Yeah, well, no, that doesn't make sense.
But like staff on the beach was all wearing masks. Yeah, people social distanced to what I can remember, to my recollection.
So Miami was a blur, huh?
Miami was a masked blur.
Oh,
yes.
Lord.
For vaccinated bitches, yeah, it was a masked blur.
So you and all your friends were vaccinated?
Me and all my friends are vaccinated because we're responsible human beings. So we only travel.
That's very judgmental to those of us who are choosing to wait.
Yeah, but we were traveling to get like fucked up and party, so it would be irresponsible to not be vaccinated.
That's very true.
If you're just living your life and you're traveling just to like go do your own thing.
Yeah.
But I was about to be around people maskless, so.
Absolutely.
It was the least I could do to get vaccinated.
Yeah. Partying in Miami, you don't want to do that with a mask on.
Listen, there's a couple things you need at this point, and one of them is a vaccine.
Absolutely.
And I got it.
Okay. That's good for you. That's good for you. So how long were you down? How many days were you down there?
4 days. 4 glorious days.
That's
Loved
awesome.
God, why don't we have good beaches here in Texas?
Yeah, I don't see that's the thing. I think when you grow up, again, I keep saying it because I grew up in South Florida, the beaches are in my backyard, so I'm not appreciative of them. So I don't miss the beach at all. Cause I didn't really like the beach even when I had it.
You don't like the beach?
No, the beach I don't like the sun. It's hot.
What is wrong with you?
I'm obese. I have melanin and I don't need to sit out in the sun to prove that my melanin works. Like I
want my skin to feel like it's crispy burning all the time. Yes. I want to feel like a strip of bacon on a skillet.
No, even the people, let's have lunch outside. For what?
Dude, yes.
For what?
Oh, yeah. Today I had to roll up my sleeves because I was sitting outside and it was just baking.
No, if it's in the springtime, like, on the tail end of winter and spring, then I'm cool with that.
It's too chilly then.
That's the point. It's nice weather.
What is wrong with you?
You
lived in Florida and you don't like the sun.
No, I don't even like seafood enough for Florida.
What is? Oh my
I know.
God.
People say it was a waste for me to. I don't think I was meant to be in Florida. I think I was meant to be up north somewhere in the cold because I love the cold.
Do you like up north?
Yeah, I do.
That's
definitely. Good. I love the snow. I don't want to peel my car out of snow, but
dude, the snow fucking sucks. I hate the snow.
Well, the snow we had with the Snowmageddon in Texas, that was pretty brutal. But I mean, especially when you don't have power. But and then two, we don't have the infrastructure to deal with that because we don't have I don't have a fireplace. If I had a fireplace, that would be great. But
that would be it for you. The fireplace.
Oh, definitely. Marshmallows and everything. That's nice.
When it's hot, you just bump up the AC or you strip your clothes and go swim. When it's cold, it's dangerous to drive. The house never warms up enough. You got to wear 18 layers. You can't go out and do anything. If you do go out and you're in a bar, then you have to take off 6 layers just to be at a normal temperature.
I think wintertime, like the winter is for introverts and the summer is for extroverts.
Yeah. I can't decide if I'm an introvert or an extrovert.
Why is that even a question in your head, ma'am?
What do you think?
You are a social butterfly. You are definitely there's nothing introverted about you.
But I'm extroverted, but then when I'm out, my brain is other places and I can't stay.
That's your ADHD. That has nothing to do with introvertness. That's not a word, but we're going to make it a word today. You're definitely 1,000% an extrovert.
But just when I want to be.
No, you're always an extrovert. How many times are we at work and you show up and you're, howdy, how are you? I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? You'll come up and talk to anybody in the hallway.
That is why I hate the COVID unit so much because I'm stuck in a room with the same people and I'm like, I got to get the fuck out of here.
You'll be doing a treatment in a patient room. Alyssa does not even have the patient. You turn around, you're like, I feel somebody watching me. Alyssa's just standing there, hello, how are you doing?
What's going on over here? Anything good?
It's like, how do you even know what patients I have? She's like, I just walk around until I find you.
Literally anyone who looks my way, I'm like, attention? Huh? What are you doing?
She just goes looking for, no, I can't say that. Certain uniform color shirts. I'll edit that part out.
Thank you.
But I'm glad you had a good time in Florida. Anything else you did that was pretty fun? Oh, did you go to that bar?
Bro.
Are they drag queens or transgender?
They are drag queens. So every year that we go to Miami for my birthday, that I insist on celebrating a month early.
Yeah.
I'm a birth month bitch. Like as soon, and this was even early. We did April.
Yeah.
But as soon as May hits, I'm like, it is my month. Let's fucking party. Mm-hmm. Every year that we go to Miami, we go to the drag brunch at our house in Wynwood. Yeah. Holy fucking shit.
Wait, what's the name of it again?
Our house.
Okay.
In Wynwood.
Yeah.
And it is just the fucking time of your life.
Yeah.
It's just, first of all, it's not a brunch without a DJ for me personally. Yeah. I fucking need a DJ every time I eat a meal. Sets the fucking mood. So it's just bomb ass music, mediocre food, like on the high end of mediocre.
Yeah.
Nothing to fucking write home about, but edible. Bottomless brunch. So you're just drinking. And then you have these fucking bomb ass drag queens just fucking showing up and showing out down the fucking aisles at your table in your face, just fucking giving it all. And that's all I fucking need.
I saw that on social media and I'm just like, that is one place as an introvert that I would actually agree to go to.
Dude, it's just, I literally take my money, all of them. They're so good. It's just, the vibes are so good. It's so much fun. Everyone's there to have a good time. Everyone's up out of their seats. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
Were there any like kids around or anything?
Yeah. The table next to us was this Indian couple. It was a mom and dad and 2 fucking toddlers. And I was just like, yes, honey, live your life. I hope to be that kind of parent where I'm just like, mommy and daddy need some time and you guys have to fucking come. Let's go to drag brunch.
I think that's so cool because first of all, I'm a huge fan of like RuPaul's Drag Race, and when I lived in Atlanta, my cousin took me to this drag show, and it was so much fun. Like if you go to a drag show and you don't enjoy yourself, you are a sad person.
But the thing, like if you love music, it's drag's for you.
Yeah, it's just
if you love
energy.
Music, entertainment, energy, like drag is for you.
Yeah, it's just the whole vibe of everything that's there. It's just, oh my gosh, drag queens are wonderful. Drag queens for president.
It's just so much fucking fun.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's good that you have fun though, you know, especially dealing with, we're kind of like on the, I would say, tail end kind of situation of COVID. So that must have felt pretty normal to kind of, celebrate and do all that.
It's weird now because walking around with a mask feels normal.
Yeah.
And when I don't have one, I'm like, ooh, we went weird. To a club. Where did we go to? We went to Live. Miami.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, it's fine. I'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. I got into a space that was more crowded than I anticipated. And I immediately was like, we have to leave. We have to go. I can't be here. I don't like this.
So I'm assuming nobody had on a mask in the club.
Yeah. I was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
We have to, I can't anymore.
Well, that's Florida for you. This week they announced that people no longer have to wear what's his name? Ron DeSantis, who's the governor of Florida.
Ron.
He LeBron James. He basically signed into action that Floridians no longer need to wear masks wherever they go.
Yeah, why would they?
Yeah.
I mean, the world's got to open up at some time. I would hope that people on their own sense would wear masks in crowded spaces.
Well, but that's the thing. So why even lift the mandate if you still want people to wear a mask? Like, if the CDC if these health experts are saying it is still recommended to wear a mask, because I know that the CDC actually came out this past week or week before last and said that they've changed their stipulations that if you are vaccinated, then you can be in still small circles without a mask on, right? But in large circles, you still need to put on a mask just for, everybody's protection. So, but yeah, Florida never gives a shit, because even New York is getting ready to open back up, I think in July.
Everyone's over it.
Yeah, but I think businesses are still...
The economy's over it.
Yeah, the economy's over it. Everybody's over it. But at the same time, these businesses, I think, are still going to require masks just because of liability. Yeah. Absolutely. Don't get sued for stupid stuff. Because even we had an incident at our hospital with a particular patient, or not a patient family member or something. Anyway, but there were not signs on certain things. Like, how when when the Tide Pod situation kind of happened, these kids were eating these Tide Pods before.
TBT to the Tide Pod craze.
Yeah. But you know how liability, I mean, I'm quite sure, well, hopefully Tide put that on at the very beginning that, hey, these are not for human consumption. But certain times, certain products, if you don't put on there that this is mandatory or don't do this, then people can easily sue you. So that's the unfortunate part.
Who would have thought that you would have had to put, hey, don't eat this laundry detergent
exactly
on the box?
Yeah, and still the whole generation of dumbass kids decide, hey, let's eat a laundry pod.
Those kids, I would have to do some research, but I think those kids are old enough to vote now.
That's the sad part.
Isn't that crazy? Remember the cinnamon challenge?
Yes, that was dumb too. And
the condom over the head.
Yep.
Dude, that gave me anxiety. The condom over the head challenge.
Well, no, but even they were sniffing the condom to try to make it come back out of their mouths. And I'm like, do you want to die?
Or do you remember the asphyxiation bullshit where they would choke themselves until they passed out?
I'm just like, why do you think that that's fun?
Yo, kids now are fucking weird.
Kids, you know what? It was so funny because my sister and I were talking yesterday, and we were talking about how the kids nowadays, especially with social media, how they look going to prom versus how we looked going to prom.
Instagram bloggers.
They're
like
Instagram models, and I'm like, I look back at my prom picture like, damn, my little dress from Sears or Macy's. No, I went to Macy's. Or was it Dillard's? I think it was Dillard's. It was probably Dillard's.
Foley's.
And it was horrible. I'm just like, makeup. We didn't wear makeup. I mean, we got our nails done, but we weren't wearing, there was no lace front wigs like that. And when I was in high school.
It's social fucking media. You can see what everybody else has. Yeah. You can see what everybody else is doing. So that's crazy.
Everybody's trying to upstage each other. And it's just like.
Dude, promposals weren't even the same.
No.
When I got to prom, someone wrote on my car and fucking marker paint, and now people are doing drones.
Yes.
And fucking
they're going all
crazy
out
shit.
to ask people. And I'm like, even I remember this guy asked me to prom in high school, and I was like, no, I'm going with my best friend. I'm turning 18 on prom night. Hell no, I don't want to go with you.
Your birthday was prom?
My birthday was on prom, yeah. So I was turning 18 on May the 18th. 2002.
That's a golden birthday, bitch.
Yeah, it was fun. My dad got me a rental car, which even to
these rental car.
But these kids are driving Mercedes and Bentleys and stuff.
Yeah, Bentleys for sure.
You know what kind of car I had going to prom?
A Kia.
No, because nobody drove Kias back in the day like that, except for my best friend. Anyway, I literally had an Oldsmobile Aurora.
What the fuck is that?
Exactly.
Sounds like a cop car.
Because my dad worked at the airport, so he got rental cars at a discounted price. So he was like, "Oh, let me just rent you this. This is nice. It's a nice pearly white with white leather. She'll enjoy this." I was like,
"It's like a baby limo."
Exactly. I was like, "It got 4 doors. We're good." I don't even think iPods were out at the time, and so we had a bunch of CDs that we burned music on, and we just rode out in Fort Lauderdale Beach. And when it was at I can't remember the name of the place. That was so long ago. But anyway, I've been out of school almost 20 years.
Holy shit.
Crazy.
Did you have a reunion, high school reunion?
We did, but it fell flat. Like, I don't even think the president of our class even really did anything. I don't think he was involved. And I think they just ended up at some bowling alley or some bullshit. It was really lame. And then I was in PT school at the time too. So, I wasn't there for it because I had exams and stuff. So I was like, I talked to everybody.
20-year reunion coming up?
Yeah, next year is my 20-year reunion.
Are you going to go?
No, probably not. Because the thing is, I'm still cool with some people that I went to high school with. And so I'm like, these are the people that I care about. Like, if we're friends on Facebook, I see what's going on in your life. You see what's going on in mine. There really is no reason for me to go and see you in person to sit in front of some chicken wings and be like, "Oh, what are you doing with your life?" I already know. I see it on Facebook. I just don't comment. You know what I mean?
I think my 10-year high school reunion is next year.
Yeah, yours is. I'm telling you, them high school years go by so fast.
But I fucking live in the town I went to high school. I'm still friends with everyone I went to high school with.
Yeah,
not
that's
everyone.
True.
That's a fucking stretch. I'm still friends with my friends from high school.
Yeah, exactly. So you already know what each other are doing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I was telling one of my friends the other day because he was like, "Oh yeah, I saw that thing on Facebook to start planning the high school reunion."
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
like, "I swear I was student council president. That's so weird that no one fucking told me, but it's okay. Just gonna leave me out of my own high school reunion. Fuck y'all."
That's right. They're like, "Screw you,
They're like,
president."
"What's the power?"
Yeah, it's cool to see some people, like, even when I go back home to South Florida and I see people that I went to high school with, some people, they look like they've been through it since we graduated. And other people, it's just like, wow, you still look the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of those people, it's just like, ooh, wow. You done Fort Lauderdale kicked your ass. Good God Almighty.
It has been 20 years.
You look like it's been 20 years. I just put on more weight. I was big in high school, so that it's not a big mystery. As long as I'm not 600 pound life, I'm good. But all right, let's get into some fun stuff. So some very, very, very shocking and sad news. Bill Gates and Melinda Gates are getting a divorce after 27 years.
Shocking for his bank account, bitch. Did you see how much he transferred to her?
Yo, $1 billion.
$1.8 billion in stocks.
I wish
a nigga would.
Melinda, cash it out, girl. Cash me out.
Cash me out.
But yeah, that 27.
What do you think it was?
So there's been some conspiracy, of course, with the TikTok kids about.
I don't know what the fuck I did before TikTok. Seriously, I didn't know anything. I was stupid.
I am learning so much.
Had a master's degree and was an idiot before TikTok.
Exactly. I'm like, now TikTok has actually made me go back for another certification. Anywho, but what's crazy is, you know how the whole conspiracy with the COVID-19 virus, right? And this whole vaccine situation.
Was him and they were pushing it?
Yes. And because I think it was like 3 years ago, he kept doing these like TED Talks about, oh, what if our nation, ended up dealing with a virus or something a pandemic. And he kept talking about it like ad nauseum. And so they're thinking that she left him because she finally was like, no, you're trying to rule the world and now I'm out. But maybe they just I know they work on a lot of different missions and stuff together, but maybe she just said, nah, I'm good. Or some shit's about to pop off with him and she's like, nah, let me get out and save our money.
Kanye Kim shit.
Yeah. Maybe she's just like, nah, I'm just trying to get out before and I'll keep the money so that way.
The getting's good.
Exactly. So that's why he transferred $1 billion over to her to conserve it. So
my thing is people with that much, like he makes money while he sleeps kind of money.
Yeah, he does.
Much kind of money. Like
that's wealth. True wealth.
Wealth. Everything's strategic. Nothing is on accident. Right. I just want to know, like, something is happening. Is it just like a Jeffrey Epstein type of situation where she's like, yeah, like he's done maybe she found out just some fucking funky shit and she was like, that's it for me.
Because it said that she's not asking for spousal support, which I'm like, ma'am, y'all don't have a prenup because you were with him. Half? Yeah, she should get half. Not unless they decided to do some other kind of legal paperwork and stuff during their marriage. He done did something.
But like he's been rich, so it's not like he's not cheating on her or some crazy shit. I feel like he would have already done that.
That's old. Yeah, 27 years. He's definitely done
with
that.
This kind of money and this kind of couple. It's got to be like some big shit while you get divorced. Yeah, because why would she leave all that money?
Yeah, not unless she's just because we as people who don't have billions of dollars.
We as broke bitches don't fucking know.
No, I'm not broke. I'm not claiming that on my life. But we who are not billionaires yet, because I'm speaking to existence, I'm going to be a billionaire. Hallelujah. We think having $1 billion is, the stuff that I can do with this. But then when you have it, it's just like even with the beach. I'm like, I don't really care about a beach or a pool because I see it all the time and I have it. Yeah. I can imagine that wealthy people are probably some of the most bored people in their like ever.
You can have anything you want. You can do anything you want.
Yeah, and that becomes boring.
That's why he starts doing shit like fucking virus control.
Exactly, because he's like, how many people can I kill? Because I don't want to play, Grand Theft Auto. I want to live it because playing a video game is boring and I have the money to put it into play.
You think it's also a control thing? Like everyone's sick and I have control of the vaccine that can cure or help.
Oh, people. Yeah, absolutely.
That's wild. Maybe he's just a control freak.
Yeah.
But I always think like, how much money would it take for me to feel the apathy that I feel now where I'm like, fuck it. I'll leave you. I'll do whatever.
I would
probably take over $1 billion. Because
the thing is,
I feel like I'd be rocking with some crazy shit until $1 billion.
But here's the thing about her, though. I feel like you helped this man build Microsoft. Like you were married coming into this Microsoft dynasty, right? So $1 billion is really not anything to Melinda because she understands how to make more of it. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying. To me right now, I think I would hang on until $1 billion, and then I'd be like,
absolutely. Because that's like, even too, they were asking this question on social media like a couple of years ago about, if you had the opportunity to have either $100,000 from Jay-Z or to have an hour lunch or dinner with him. And I'm like, bitch, give me the money. I mean, it's cool to get the knowledge. Obviously the knowledge is great, but I don't think you're going to figure out how to flip what he flipped in an hour conversation with him. First of all, he used drug money, or allegedly used drug money to fund.
That on him.
But he did. I mean, he admitted
on
it.
Sean. Don't you put that on Sean Carter?
Well, it was actually Dame Dash that did it. That's how they funded his music career. So yes, he's learned all these things, but he didn't come out, having a whole shit ton of money. Like somebody was putting their life on the line to make sure that he was able to get in the game.
Cookie Lion shit.
Exactly. But that's all alleged. Anyway, it's all in the videos. But yeah, so yeah, prayers up. Well, I don't know if there's prayers.
Well, I think they'll both end up very happy rich people. It's sad that a marriage ended, but
here's the thing. I just don't understand why celebrities or people in the media need to tell us that they are divorced. Like, we don't care.
But I think to you and me, we don't care because we're normal people who don't go troll people on social media. But I think there's also so much bullshit that comes with being a celebrity. Like, that they have to get in front of it and address it because then it's just a shit show.
But that's what makes me feel like something is big is about to happen, because even like the statement that they released, they said, after a great deal of thought and a lot of work on our relationship.
Well, no shit. I would hope so. That they weren't. She wasn't just like, it's it for me.
Exactly.
She could have.
We have made a decision to end our marriage. Over the last 27 years, we have raised 3 incredible children and built a foundation that works all over the world to enable all people to lead healthy, productive lives. Yeah, it's cheaper to keep her, Bill, at this point. I mean,
it's cheaper to keep it, William.
27 years? Like, come on, Dick.
That's my whole life.
Isn't that what they call, like Bill is like William or Dick? Or
no, that's Richard.
Richard is Dick? Okay, never mind. Bill. Yeah, Bill. Or yeah. Anyway.
Bill. Willie.
So yeah, it's, next story. All right. So did you hear that the United States of these Americas is currently undergoing a chicken shortage?
Chicken.
So along with the ketchup shortage that we reported.
So what I'm hearing is nuggets and ketchup are popping the fuck off.
Yeah.
Right now.
Too many people are buying
McDonald's,
nuggets and
fucking Chick-fil-A.
Chicken, any kind of chicken. I can tell you, my nephew, he asks for chicken fries all the time.
Chicken fries.
Yeah, it's really supposed to be chicken and fries, but he just calls them chicken fries.
Like from Burger King chicken fries?
No, definitely Chick-fil-A. He's bougie.
Ooh, I like them already.
Yeah.
My thing is, why are we running out of chickens? They just don't grow.
Well, I think
enough?
they were saying because of when COVID hit, a lot of the plants had to downsize with their staff, for fear of, obviously contracting the virus. So that shortage created this whole debacle. And then 2, just the amount of chicken. Because remember, was it last year before last, when the Popeyes chicken sandwich came out? Ooh. There was this huge thing with Popeyes that their suppliers had a certain amount of chicken that they were going to have for these sandwiches to sell. And then at one point they sold completely out because their distributors of the chicken ran out of chickens. And they were like, bitch, we can't grow chickens like overnight. That's not how it works. As much GMO stuff that they use and hormones and whatnot, bitch, we can't grow a chicken in a day. So, yeah, I think it's becoming more and more, difficult to raise chickens. And
you think it has to do with the amount of eggs they needed for all of these vaccines that they couldn't use to kill chickens for chicken?
That's a good theory. That's a good theory.
I got a lifetime of knowledge.
Yeah.
Because they needed, I remember listening to a podcast that was talking like very beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
When they were like, we need a vaccine. And they were like, the amount of eggs you would need to vaccinate the entire Americas is an insane amount, like millions and millions of eggs.
Well, what is with eggs and vaccines? Why are eggs so important to vaccines?
Because you inject the vaccine into the egg to mature because of all the protein.
Yeah.
But I don't know why we haven't found something else, like another, like a, what is the word? Artificial environment. I don't know what the fuck it is about eggs.
Yeah.
All of that white shit.
So much cholesterol.
Yeah, I guess.
Not the yolk, but
they just joke.
Really? Wow, that's new.
I'm drunk.
That's awesome. Not that you're drunk, I'm just saying.
Yeah, so my theory is that they started keeping the chickens alive to hatch more eggs to make more vaccines, and now we're fucked on nuggies.
Oh, that's just the way you said it was funny. But yeah, this is why people should start eliminating, not necessarily vegan, but just consciously making an effort to not eat meat every single day to preserve our food system.
I've been trying to meatless Monday for a couple months now.
That's a great idea. Like, I mean, when I became vegetarian, I went cold turkey, right?
Why? And what sprung this along?
One of my coworkers, one of my classmates and I, we were in PT school, and we decided to do like a 30-day fast, right? Just because, when you're in school and you're just trying to, get your spirituality, just in line yourself with Jesus. Yeah. And so we did a fast where we just took meat out of our diets. And then I was also too having issues with digestion. Like, my food was not like, how you eat like gluttonously, right, for Thanksgiving, and your food just sits there. Every time I ate a piece of chicken, no matter how big or small, that's literally how I felt like my food would just sit there. And so I took everything out of my diet along with doing this 30-day fast. And I was only eating rice and beans literally for 30 days and like grapes. And
how much weight did you lose?
I lost 20 pounds in 1 month.
I love that.
Because I took out bread too.
And I'm about to love that for me.
Ma'am, you don't even eat.
But I would eat only rice and beans. If I don't even eat, it's even easier to just eat rice and beans.
No, because your body's going to store fat to survive, to convert it into glucose to give you energy.
Don't preach that over my life.
Ma'am, that's just physiology.
Anyway,
I can't help it. But yeah. Continue. So when we did that, I just started doing research on how they process meat, and the research that I did was enough to make me not want to go back. But I'm not one of those vegetarians that tries to preach to people, oh, don't eat meat, save the animals. Fuck them animals. I don't give a shit about animals.
I watched that whole chicken processing video and didn't faze me a fucking bit.
Here's the thing. I have gained more weight as a vegetarian than I ever have as a meat eater.
All I would eat is mac and cheese if I was
bread, carbs. Yeah. I am a carb overloader. Okay. Mm-hmm. I eat so much fucking bread. It's ridiculous. I literally have gained probably, like, no lie, like over 100 pounds.
But you've saved millions of chicken lives.
Fuck them chickens. Fuck them chickens. But yeah, I carbs are the devil. And I don't have, carbs are just horrible.
We may all be vegetarians here shortly.
Hey, or they're going to start, beefing up their GMO efforts and making fake ass chickens with no heads.
Like the McDonald's. Like, I had McDonald's nuggets the other day, and the smooth, oh God, it just was gross.
Fowler's having a moment.
It's like chicken paste. It's not even a real nuggie.
Because the thing that they do with them, they grind them down so thin. And then they just pack it up so it's like a nice shaped nugget. So
yeah, but it was, I ate them. They were delicious. But it also grossed me out. I couldn't think about it.
Yeah. Did they give you ketchup? Oh, no, you don't eat ketchup with nuggets.
I do, nasty. And I did. It's delicious. Yeah. I don't eat ketchup with Chick-fil-A nuggets. That deserves a sauce. That's a very top tier nugget. But a McDonald's nugget deserves ketchup.
Because their ketchup, of course, is specially made.
It is special ketchup.
Yeah.
Spetchup.
But yeah, so go meatless if you can. I'm not saying every single day. And people are like, why would I want to get something that tastes like meat when I can just get meat? Bitch, because there's running out.
There's some things that feel meat. Like, if you, shout out. What? I'm having a stroke. Give me a second.
Please stop saying that over your life.
If you go to Pluckers, get the Impossible Burger, have them fucking toss it in buffalo sauce.
Yeah.
It is delicious. Mm-hmm. And it's meatless.
Yeah. The only problem with like the meatless products that I'm finding out now, because I do a lot of like processed meats, like alternative. The problem is they have so much freaking sodium in them. Like soy
they
is
gotta
not
taste good somehow.
Exactly, because even like these chicken nuggets that are like, listen, chicken CHIK''N, they're from Costco and they are plant-based nuggets. I swear to God, these things taste just like McDonald's chicken nuggets.
I don't believe you,
girl. I got them in my
taste.
Yes, I have them in my freezer right now.
Maybe if you air fried them, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you do. You air fry them. Well, because it's quicker. But even I put them in the regular oven and they taste just the same. And because Chick-fil-A, of course, sells their own Polynesian sauce in stores, I bought that and I'm just like, bitch, I'm in heaven. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's so good. But
you should try going vegan.
I was vegan for 6 months. That's how I lost 20 pounds. Because I cut out
because
dairy.
all you were eating is meat and rice.
Yeah, I cut out not meat, beans and rice and grapes and strawberries. But I was vegan for the first 6 months, but then I missed like pizza and cheese, and I was like, ooh,
dude,
I can't give up cheese.
There's something about dude. I was vegan for 2 weeks. I broke for queso.
Oh my God.
I literally was like, I think I could rock with this. Like, I think I'm really doing it. But it was someone invited me out for queso. I had to do it.
Vegan is not hard. It's just, you have to plan out your meals. You can't just pick up something and go, versus with vegetarian, you could just get a piece of bread, some cheese, and some sauce, pizza. You know what
bread, I'm saying? Cheese, sauce. Oh shit, that's pizza.
Exactly. Put whatever toppings you want to. But with vegan, you have to consciously, work at that and make sure that you have, good recipes. Like one of my little sister, I call her my little sister. She's my best friend's little sister. Tisha. She's actually her YouTube handle. Y'all go follow her is In Your Baggish, and she's vegan and she makes these videos of vegan meals. She's on Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube, and she makes these amazing meals, super good. I'm talking about she literally made a Popeyes dupe to their chicken sandwich, and she made her chicken sandwich out of mushrooms, and it was so
portobello
huge. Yes,
good alternative.
It was huge, but it looks so good. I've had her cooking before, and it's amazing because her mom, all her aunts, they're amazing cooks. But so In Your Baggish. Mm-hmm.
Don't know how we got on
or Tisha Yabish. I think it's Tisha Yabish. I gotta look at it.
Tisha Yabish.
Yeah. But anyway,
trying to get it, you bitch.
You're so silly. All right, let's just take a quick break and we'll be right back. This episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler is sponsored by myapothecary.com. My Apothecary is the premier online destination for hemp-derived CBD that will help you curate a wealthy lifestyle.
CBD is one of many restorative compounds found in the cannabis plant. Its benefits include decreased pain, improved mood, decreased anxiety, and much more. Some of y'all know that I have crazy ADHD, so I'm heavily medicated at all times, and I've been taking CBD oil at night to kind of calm me down, get me ready for bed. 10/10 would recommend.
Worried about regulations? The passing of the 2018 Farm Bill made hemp-derived CBD legal to sell and consume. So yes, CBD is 100% legal and perfect for every person of legal age. My Apothecary's featured line, Broad Bloom, offers broad-spectrum CBD oil drops, sports cream, and soft gels. These products have no THC, so you can stay fly without the high or zen without the spin. Shop now at www.myapothecary.com and sign up for their newsletter to get exclusive offers, product releases, and CBD news.
Remember to always check with your healthcare provider before consuming any supplement. You must be 21 to purchase and consume, and shipping is only available in the US of A.
Don't forget to shop at www.myapothecary.com. So did you see that, well, first of all, so today we're actually recording a day earlier than we normally do because of Mother's Day. So
Chinese fire drills.
Yeah. So China actually they're trying to do space stuff, right? Send their people out of space. Musk. Yes. He just, oh, Lord Jesus. But I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, they launched a missile into space. The problem is when they launched it into space, the launcher went to space with the bitch, which it wasn't supposed to happen. And so now today, Saturday, they're talking about this thing is supposed to re-enter Earth's atmosphere, but they don't know where the hell it's going to land.
I feel like that's an issue. Yeah, I feel like that's something that should be. Also, it seems pretty big. And once shit comes, I've watched a lot of space movies.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just going to come quickly.
It's probably going to hit New York
and on fire.
Yeah, but they said that once it enters Earth's atmosphere, because apparently it weighs like 15,000 tons or something like that.
Holy shit.
But they said that once it reaches Earth's atmosphere, part of it is going to burn up. So then it may be like minuscule pieces, but still, anything falling from the sky that hits you in the fucking head, you're going to die.
Or just like crashes on top of your house.
Exactly.
How do they not know where there's no, what the fuck? How do they not know where the fuck it's going to be?
Because they can't control it. So anytime they release anything into Earth's atmosphere.
But there's not like a chip, a tracker, a tile?
No, I don't think so. Because it was never supposed to launch with it. I'm like, did y'all not bolt it? Like, here's the thing. China, you guys are very smart people, okay? You guys make
China as a country.
You're super smart.
10. Technology,
your innovation, medicine, all of that. You're at the forefront. Why didn't you screw this thing down? What happened?
Okay,
because here's the thing.
Whose job was that?
The spaceship Voyager exploded a minute and some seconds after, but the launcher pad stayed. So I'm like, China, what's the problem, babes?
Yo, that must have been fucking on. So then how did it lasted all the way until?
Well, because gravity moves very slowly. So that's why.
Yeah,
whatever goes up must come down. But if you're going up and then you're in this gravity-less situation, it's going to take you a minute to come down. Yeah, and I'm surprised it's actually even coming back down.
Falls down. Who you gonna call now?
Yeah, I don't. So an hour ago they said that it's supposed to that New Jersey is potentially in danger. Why is New York and New Jersey always in danger for everything?
This is gonna be a movie. I watched. Okay, so when Snowvid happened, I watched Day After Tomorrow.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I was really trying
to
fuck with my mental health, and I was like, "This shit is what we've really been like proclaiming crazy shit over our lives via Hollywood for a long time." Yes, they've been
manifesting it for years. Why do you think I keep watching apocalyptic videos?
Because you are.
I'm trying to prepare. I buy batteries every time I
come over here. She's walking. Well, I'm like, "What are you watching?" She's like, "Okay, so this is about the world ending, but it's because of aliens." I'm like, "You are a psychopath."
I'm telling you, every time they have a sale on batteries, I buy them bitches up. I just do. Yep. Because batteries are going to save the world. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, it's supposed to re-enter Earth's atmosphere at some point this weekend. We don't know if it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. But yeah, it's weird.
So keep a lookout, everybody.
Yes.
Could be coming to a town near you.
Yes. Please look up everywhere you go. So next in the news, we're keeping this nice and light. This episode, we've been dark.
It's fucking heavy.
Yeah, for the past 3 weeks. So Caitlyn Jenner.
Ever heard of
her? Is running for governor, of course, which I'm like, why? Y'all already had one celebrity and it didn't work. So let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah.
But she basically is kind of in the hot seat, not because she's running for governor, but because she is in support of banning biologically born boys competing in female sports. So she is
gonna ride this shit to the bank.
But here's the thing though too, you cannot be trans, right, and be for banning trans. It doesn't matter what it is.
It is because she was previously he, but they are still white.
Very true.
So they are she. What are her pronouns? I'm not sure. Can simultaneously be for her and against her own.
Well, I think too, because
minority.
She was at the height of her career, or I'm going to say him at the height of his career, because
at that point
he competed as Bruce Jenner. So Bruce Jenner was an Olympian, or still is an Olympian. So it's like he understands that mentality of being an athlete and putting everything into being an athlete. So I get it, because there's a lot of people who agree and disagree with it. But I think as a trans woman now, I don't know that your stance on that is going to be as effective, because you are fighting for trans rights, but then you are basically on the other side of the banner saying, "Oh yeah, well I think it's okay to ban it." And it's like, no, you personally can't say that. Everybody else can, but not you as a trans person.
I'm not trying to bring race into it, but I'm saying as a white man, he believes he is afforded the opportunity to be on both sides of the fence. And
absolutely, definitely, yeah. And then she also did an interview about. They were asking her about running for governor and everything like that. And so she did an interview about the fact that she agrees with building a wall and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm just like,
she's just scrapping for votes.
She's bored. Like, just go away. Just fucking go away. Just go away. The Kardashians is finishing that whole season. Just go away.
You were an Olympian. Huge accomplishment.
Right.
You were part of one of the most famous, influential families in this millennium.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. You have always wanted to be this person who you have now physically, phenotypically turned yourself into and are still mildly famous. Just go be. Just go be.
She's bored. She's absolutely bored. She's bored.
That's California board. That's running for governor board.
She's done everything. She's bored. Nobody wants to hear any more of her, motivational speeches. You're bored, Caitlyn. Just sit your ass down. Just
go start a YouTube channel or something.
Just
garden, cook, run fucking hurdles.
Just disappear.
Just evaporate, tall person.
Oh my God, it's annoying. I'm quite sure. What's her name? Kylie and Caitlyn. No, what's her name?
Kendall. Kylie, Kendall, Caitlyn, Chris, Courtney, Chloe, Kim.
That's too much.
Amen, sister.
Like you couldn't even pick a name that was like synonymous with Bruce.
Like Belinda.
Babs. I don't know.
Babs Jenner.
Babs Jenner. That's nice. That's catchy. No? You don't like that? Okay, never mind. I just realized her initials are BJ.
Ooh. That's funny. She changed them.
Yeah. Anyway, just go away. Anyway.
So Caitlyn Jenner saying keep what is the word? Keep biologically male athletes out of female.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So banning transgender women from women's sports. So men who are transitioning to women, that they should not be allowed to perform in women's sports. She is supporting that. I mean, I've said before that I support that as well too, because there's some argument about, when you're on hormones and all that kind of stuff, that obviously that your makeup is very different, which we know that, but at the same time, I don't care. Well, anyway, I will say that.
That's not fair to me because
what's not fair to you specifically?
That's not fair that she gets to say that to me, because
but that's what I'm saying.
When Bruce Jenner was Bruce Jenner, male sports are always superior to female sports. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
More money, more funding, all of those things, right? So he, as a male, born a male, got to participate and benefit from all of that exposure and being a male in a male-dominated sport. So that's not fair because it doesn't work the other way. Females are here, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, she's saying that she basically feels like they need to protect women's sports, and so that's why her stance is her stance, where you should not allow biologically male transgender women to then infiltrate women's sports. But I agree with that. However, as a trans person, Caitlyn Jenner, you don't get the right to then be against other transgenders. Because what if people were saying that to you? Like, what if you wanted to go, well, she's too old to be an Olympian now, but still, it's kind of hypocritical because you want all equal rights for trans people, but then you're like, oh, well, no, I totally get it on this side. It's like, no.
Yeah, I think especially when you're in the spotlight.
Yes.
You can't.
Yeah, it's hypocritical. That's like if I were to say, oh, I believe that all Black lives matter, but then I'm like, oh, okay.
You can't let these little black kids start participating in these white things.
Exactly.
Because we don't,
Exactly. You can't pick and choose what part of equality you want to be on the side of. You
just got to be equal.
Yeah, you got to just be equal if that's what you're going to say.
Tough.
Yeah.
I mean, not for me.
Yeah, because you're not transgender.
Because I'm not transgender.
Yeah, but for her to say that as a transgender woman, you have no intentions on going into sports because you're too old to go into sports. But what about the 17-year-old transgender woman who wants to go into sports and stuff like that? Like I agree with what Caitlyn Jenner is saying. I just think it's hypocritical of her to say it because she is a transgender woman. So
yeah,
I think it's weird. But anyway, I just want her to go away. Just shut up. Just shut up.
It's always something.
She's just like O.J. Simpson. Like you and O.J. Simpson just go and have a great life together.
Well, they got history, so that makes sense.
They do, because she is. I mean, not she. O.J. Simpson is Khloe Kardashian's real dad, allegedly. So, disappear. Anyway, have you seen Will Smith lately?
Yo, Dad Bod Smith.
Yeah.
Also, he's still not even that chunky. He's
not.
like, I'm fat. This is as big as I've ever been.
But isn't he like 50 years old now?
Dude, he's just got a little belly.
It's
not even real dad bod, because dad bod is like beer belly, hard, distended. He's just got a little pudge.
Yeah, he's just not. You're not 20.
I was watching. I caught a clip of Bad Boys 3 the other day,
Bad Boys 3. Yes, there was a third one. I was like, girl, there was no 3. It was.
There was a 3. I was like, he looks good in that film.
Yeah.
I was like, he's been attractive this whole time.
Now, Martin Lawrence got a dad bod.
He got a dad. He does have a dad bod. And it's in that movie when they're standing next to each other. I'm like, damn, because Will Smith looks good still. He's done look good. What did I watch the other? Oh, I watched the first Bad Boys the other day. I was like, damn, he was so young. Yeah. His body looks great. And he still doesn't look bad. But yeah, he's on the dad bod train.
Well, also, Martin Lawrence did some drugs a little bit.
Drugs will do that to your body.
Yeah. He didn't. Yeah. Anyway. And I think too, Will Smith kept doing action movies.
He did.
So that helped him kind of stay in shape. But
also,
now
Jada is a fucking fox. So
she has not gained a
and
bit
her
of
mom,
weight
are
ever.
you kidding?
That's just good genes. I mean, Willow will never be fat.
Nope.
Jada ain't gonna ever be fat. Look at her grandma. Her mama look like her sister. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, they just got good genes over there. But even Will Smith's mom looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Even his ex-wife, Cherie. She is
also beautiful.
She's beautiful. So
I love beautiful black people.
Yeah, that whole family lineage they don't have obesity to worry about.
You know what? Shout out to him for pretending he's fat.
Yeah, fat shaming, bitch. No, I'm kidding.
How fucking rude for him to.
I know
his BMI is probably barely over what it's supposed to be.
Where apparently he's getting a lot of Hollywood dads, quote unquote dads, kind of invested in their health, and a lot of them like Anthony Anderson and
Anthony Anderson done been chunky, so that's very different.
He's been obese.
He has the Tyler Perry, but actually Tyler Perry looks like he's lost weight.
Tyler Perry looks good.
He does look good. I saw him at the Oscars, and I said, okay.
Tyler Perry he's a handsome man.
Once he got Harry and Meghan in the spotlight, once he gave them his house, I guess he just started getting it together. He knew he was
he was even cute before then. Once he killed off Medea, not necessarily killed her off, but once he
shed the Medea weight.
Yeah, he just kind of like, okay, I'm walking into this. But I feel like every time he dresses up, he's always very handsome.
Yeah.
When he dresses up,
he's always been very handsome. He just looks like he's kind of slimmed it down.
Yeah, like he's got a better tailor or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, the suits look really good on him. But yeah, he's sparking a lot of these male celebrities that are going and working out. I need to go back to the gym. I keep saying it, and I actually went to the doctor on Friday. Or I went to the orthopedist, and when they took my blood pressure, I was like, "Ooh, why is my blood pressure so high?" But I think it was the machine they used because I took it when I came back home and it was lower. Well, it was the wrist one. You never take people's blood pressure with the wrist.
Or when they make me cross the wrist over my chest, I'm like, "Oh, okay."
He had me like holding my hand just straight up, and I was like, "Dude, that's not how you take a blood pressure." But I'm gonna let you take this. And then he was like, "Hey, do you mind stepping on the scale for me real quick?" I was like, "No." I do. I said, "No, I'll just tell you the number." And he's like, "Okay, what is it?" And of course, I lied because I'm not gonna tell.
I don't think you should lie at the doctor's office about your weight.
No.
I would like to make my official stance on this podcast that you should not lie to your doctor about your weight.
Why not? I'm not getting any medications that are going to dictate anything. So I
would just like to go on record saying that I am not endorsing that you lie to your doctor about anything.
Absolutely lie about your weight. Absolutely. Here's the thing. I'm not going to lie.
It's not your Tinder profile. It's your doctor.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to lie. It's not my doctor. I just met this guy. Okay. This is a new consult. We have not forged a relationship yet, so you don't need to know how fat I am right now. So when the medical assistant walked out and the doctor walked in, I was like, "Hey, I just need you to adjust something real quick. That's not my real weight. I don't really know him like that, and I don't really know you like that, but it's okay." Either way, he just recommended I get an MRI for my back.
So you just didn't want that random guy knowing your weight.
Exactly. I don't need you to see me at HEB and you're like, "Wow, that's that fat ass girl, who came in the office and blah blah blah." Like, that's none of your business, dude. But yeah,
so I don't. How do you think all of our patients feel that we know their weight?
I don't think they know that we know their weight. They're like, "Did you look at my file?" They just
maybe I only know that we know because I am us.
Yeah, because when they come in, they're like, "Oh, did you read my file? Did you read my chart?" Well, yeah, we know the reason why you came into the hospital. Maybe they don't realize that we know all that stuff. Yeah,
because every time I read someone's weight, it's in my head, and I'm like, people are going to know my weight if I come to the hospital.
And see, I don't lie to my gynecologist. That's one doctor I do not lie to. I don't lie to my gynecologist, and I don't lie to my primary care physician. Because I build relationships. These are people I'm coming to every year, right? The orthopedist, dude.
Listen,
it's one consult.
No one should be ashamed of their weight. Your body has carried you through a whole fucking global pandemic. That's healthfully. You know what I mean?
Healthfully?
You heard me. That's what the fuck I said. Don't stop me when I'm on a roll.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You are like, I just feel like everyone's giving their bodies shit right now, especially because everyone on social media is, social media is big right now. Yeah. Plastic surgery was big during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. Everyone was out doing this shit. Your body carried you through a pandemic and didn't get you sick. And if it did get you sick, you're still here. It carried you. So everyone just be gentle and nice to themselves and don't lie to your doctor about your weight.
It's just an orthopedist.
What did they say about your back?
Well, he didn't say anything. He was just like, well, yeah, it looks like you have a little leg length discrepancy. I was like, dude, I just told you
leg length discrepancy. You fucking hobble?
No, I do. I have a leg length discrepancy.
What?
I won't tell you which leg is shorter than the other.
That's why you take so long to walk places, huh?
No. I'm just slow.
Get you a scooter.
No, I'm just slow. A scooter I would love. Please buy me a scooter. I would love that. And I would trick it out too. But no, I just told him, I was like, yeah, I do have a leg length discrepancy. And because he was asking me, oh, like, what's the nature of your injury? And I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm a PT, blah, blah, blah. Because I really didn't want him to know it. But I was like, dang it, I can't kind of get away from it. But anyway.
He literally was like, why are you here? She's like, oh, I'm a physical therapist. I just couldn't get away from telling him that I was a PT.
But even the way that he did like my assessment, like my reflex test, I was like, dude, you didn't even have me sitting on the bed thing. You tried to do my reflexes in the chair. And I'm like, if you did my reflexes for real, you would see that they're actually diminished, but whatever. So he was like, yeah, I really think we just need to get an MRI so then we can have a better, conversation to see what's actually going on. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I already knew you were going to say that. Like literally I went into it. I was like, I told my mom, I was like, he's going to send me for an MRI because orthopedists like to have facts. They don't deal with that. Well, it could be this, it could be that.
What can you see without an MRI?
Well, he did an x-ray and he was like, well, your disc height looks pretty okay or whatever. He was like, I can see some narrowing, for where the spinal...
We need full imaging.
Exactly. For what I had been wanting to get one anyway. But he said that he saw some narrowing at the exit part from my S1, L5 to S1 with the spinal nerves come out. And which is your foramina? Is that your foramina? No. Your facet? No, it's whatever. I can't remember. Anyway, your nerves come out.
You're not a radiologist. You don't need to know that.
Well, I'm a physical therapist who's fixed people's backs. But anyway.
Oh yeah, are you?
Yeah. Oh, so basically, he told me that he did see some narrowing there, but nothing to alarm him. But I told him too. I was like, yeah, I want you to get my scans from December when I went to the chiropractor and compare them to this because I was super inflamed and could barely walk. So he just wants me to get an MRI. So.
I have narrowing in my cervical spine.
Really? Mm-hmm. Does your mom have that?
I don't know.
I want to know if that's hereditary.
I got it. I was in a car accident and they did scans and he was like, yeah, I see it, but you need to worry about it. You'll just probably have some arthritis when you're 40. And I was like, sir, that's like in 20 years.
Wait, is this when you got hit by a car or when you were in the car driving?
In the car driving. Oh, okay. I didn't get shit done after I was hit by the car.
That definitely probably messed it up even
I just hoped for the best.
Oh, Jesus, I can't. Oh, gosh.
It's a different time.
So what's been going on in social media?
All right. Did you see fucking Jake Paul steal Floyd Mayweather's hat?
Floyd who?
You heard me. Floyd Mayweather.
Yes, I did. And he looked like somebody's grandpa.
He's 44, but holy shit.
He has a rough life. But I blame him for his life. I absolutely blame Floyd Mayweather for his life. But I did see that. So here's the thing. Is it fair? Because they're trying to do a fight, right?
Yeah.
Is it fair for him to even be able to, or should it even be legal for him to jump in a ring with Floyd Mayweather? Because his hand should be registered as a lethal weapon.
Floyd Mayweather?
Yes.
I think, I'm pretty sure Jake Paul is the one setting up all of this shit with all these people. And he's been talking shit about Floyd Mayweather forever.
Yeah, but I just think that that's an unfair situation. Like, even if you
that's like skydiving. Of course you could die from skydiving, but if you sign yourself up and pay for it, then that's your fucking risk.
I guess. I just don't think I would want to pay to see Floyd beat the shit out of this kid.
I think that he's been knocking people out, right, Jake Paul? So I think
he's been knocking out people who are not trained fighters for years.
I don't know. I'm just telling you, it's good TV, and I would love to see his ass get kicked.
You know who I would love to see fight each other? But they're never in the same weight class, so that would never be a fair fight. But Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather.
Ooh.
I would absolutely love to see that. Because isn't him and what's his name? The one he bit off his ear? Evander Holyfield. They're supposed to be doing some kind of exhibition fight or something later
really?
On. Yeah, I thought they were supposed to be doing like a rematch. Girl, I remember I actually saw that fight. And when he bit that man's ear off, we were just like...
This ain't... No, I don't think...
Did you have to do that? Too far. Too fucking far.
Not a lot of things are too far, but that, 100%.
I was just like, you could tell he was losing, and he just... Bitch, I went... It was like, okay, Tyson.
Yeah, so they're going to fight. He almost fucking kicked his ass because Jake stole Floyd Mayweather's hat when they're doing the press shit where they both meet up and they're like, I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to kick your ass. Childish. He grabbed his hat and he fucking went after him.
Oh my God.
Why would you grab that man's hat? You know he's balding.
Don't do it.
That's fucking rude.
Let him get a haircut.
You're 20 with a full head of hair. That's rude.
Yeah, that's just, you're ageist.
Yeah.
Discriminating against their own
so
man.
now I was like, if anything, he's just got fuel now to fucking beat your ass.
He really does. But do you think that Floyd Mayweather is really going to give his all? Because he's not going to try to break this man's jaw. Like,
here's the thing. A, he's going to make a lot of money either way, so he's going to give a shit.
That's
B,
true.
he's also 44 and black and not trying to get his ass beat by some little white kid who's a fucking
very true.
YouTuber. Do you know what I mean? Like, he
Yeah.
is a trained fucking boxer.
that's very true. He's going to do everything he can to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. He might
Oh my God, are we boxing girls now? Are we going to watch the
No,
fight?
definitely not.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't think so. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
No. Anything else?
Did you see that Tristan is cheating on Chloe again? I know everyone's very surprised.
Here,
Oh, sorry. I'm just clinking.
here's the
over
thing. At this point, I'm on Tristan's side. I'm on Tristan's side. Absolutely.
Ooh, that got
Absolutely.
me. You got me there.
Because you keep entertaining him.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing. I'm speaking right to Chloe. Chloe Marie Kardashian. I don't even know that's her middle name. Here's the thing.
Dead.
People will treat you how you allow them to treat you. Okay? You don't need this man. Yeah, y'all got a kid, but she has a control issue. She's just like her mama. She just wants him to be with her, do what she says. That man is a whole ass person. Like, you can't control him, baby. I'm on Tristan's side. I just am. I'm not for cheating. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's.
If she gonna keep taking you back and defending you for that bullshit, you gonna get everything you deserve, baby.
I'm just like, he's not changing. So
No.
at this point, it's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. I look like a fucking dumbass in front of the whole world.
What did Bush say? Fool me can't fool me twice.
Fool me twice, can't get fooled again. Or he said, fool me, can't get fooled again.
That's the thing. It's just like, yeah, Tristan, keep doing it because she
Chloe,
gonna keep
you wanted the
accepting.
baby, take the baby and go.
Just move on. Like, you thought it was Jordan. Oh, Jordan kissed him. So y'all, all these people that are coming out, because didn't he do a cease and desist on some girl or whatever from talking about it? I'm like,
Yeah, that girl.
you can't cease and desist nobody from telling they truth.
Also, didn't someone just send Jordan Woods PR package? Who just sent her something from PR?
PR? Probably Cardi. She's been sending people stuff from her Reebok line.
Someone sent her something and it was like, oh, the car. I think someone will have to fact check me, but I think one of the Kardashians did a collab with someone, and that collab was sent to Jordan Woods.
Ooh.
So everyone was like, oh, what does this mean? And she was like, that I got free shit.
As I've been doing since I met the Jenners. I mean, the Kardashians.
Kardashians.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's been going on. Did you see those gang members released 1,000 roaches into that restaurant?
No. Where was this? Please don't
on,
say Florida. We don't have gangs like that in Florida.
I want to say New York. Hold, please. It was in Taiwan. First of all,
In Taiwan?
Taiwanese gangs. That sounds fucking horrifying.
That sounds worse than like
Or like
the
fucking Compton
cartel.
shit or
Yeah,
like
the
a
Colombian
Taiwanese
cartel.
gang.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
because Taiwan got too many places where they can bury a body. Oh no.
It was in Taipei, and these gang members wanted to send a message to a restaurant owner who owed them some cash. So he released 1,000 fucking roaches into the restaurant.
Okay, here's my question: how does one order 1,000 roaches?
Here's my question: you want this restaurant owner to pay you money, but how the fuck they gonna make money when everyone thinks there's roaches in the restaurant?
Well, that was the point. They were just like, "We're gonna shut your shit down,"
But then how are you gonna get your money?
because they're gonna have to just shut it down.
I got your money, don't you worry.
I say, hey,
Baby, yeah. What the fuck?
who sings that? By the way,
Old dirty bastard.
okay, good. Ding, 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 ding.
Dirty. Listen, I'm with it.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
here and I'm with
learning.
it.
You're learning.
Yeah, I don't know where the fuck you get 1,000 roaches from. Maybe in Taiwan it's a little easier than it is in the States. Don't know. But that's
Maybe
just
one can buy them
disgusting.
on Amazon or eBay or something.
I'm wondering, were they like the baby roaches that just mean your shit's dirty, or were they like the big motherfuckers from the sewers?
I think it's safe to assume that Taiwan has massive, like toddler looking roaches. And the reason why I say that is because Florida got big ass, and we got flying roaches in Florida.
That's what we have here, water bugs.
Yeah, listen, them things are, you think that thing can
who
fly.
was I having this? I was having this conversation with someone who was not from Texas and was not from Florida.
Yeah.
I do not remember where they were from. Fuck. Or maybe they were just white, so they don't know what it's like to be poor. But
Are you affiliating roaches with poor people?
yeah.
No.
Yes.
No. Depends on where you're from. Roaches are everywhere. Not in your house.
No, what I'm saying is like poor neighborhoods for the most part have poor insulation, poor plumbing.
You've never been to South Florida then?
No, I will. Yes, I have never been to South Florida.
Because when it rains, everything comes out. Iguanas, you can be in a mansion and them damn flying ass roaches.
I don't know about all that. I don't think we got that shit here.
Yeah, no, y'all don't have
the trees speak for me. I'm gonna speak for the trees over here.
The trees of Texas.
I was talking to someone and they were saying, oh, in my apartment, roaches. And I was like, well, or they saw roaches, or at someone's apartment saw roaches. And I said, well, were they the tiny ones or were they those big motherfuckers? Because the tiny ones mean your shit's dirty, but the big ones mean it's just water bugs. And they were like, everyone is saying that. I did not know that. And I was like, it's a fucking Texas, Florida fucking thing. You know, the little baby roaches, your shit's dirty.
That means you're dirty.
If they fly and they're as big as your fucking thumb,
they're environmental.
They are just a part of the ground, baby.
Yeah. I'm telling you, and anytime it rains, when it rains in South Florida, I don't care if it's North Florida, South Florida, Central Florida, the rain brings out the lizards, the frogs, the flying roaches, and they're huge. We don't have many spiders like that. I mean, we have spiders like that are outside usually that'll crawl like on your car. You may have one in your car that will get in from the vents or something like that. But yeah, them damn roaches, no.
Yeah, we don't really have lizards or frogs here, but we do have a lot of spiders.
Well, that damn little stupid ass iguana looking thing I had in my garage. I was like, where the fuck does this thing come from?
Dragon in her garage.
I was just like, yo, this is not what I'm used to in South Florida. You know, this, and he was just bold, like, hello. What are you doing? You getting ready to go to work?
Texas, baby.
He was by my car door. Like I had to go on the other side of
my...
No, you can't come to work with me. If you ain't put no gas money in.
Yo, I don't. Ugh, roaches. Ooh,
how do we even start talking about roaches? I don't know.
Oh, the Taiwan gangs.
Oh, yeah, they put the roaches. Yeah, that's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah.
Oof. Stop messing with gangs. Don't bother them people.
Yeah. Here on this podcast, we're not messing with the gangs.
No, definitely not. Nowhere.
That's all I got.
Did you see the Remorse movie, Without Remorse, with Michael B. Jordan? Since that's your... Did you just
hear that wheeze leave my body?
You need VV ECMO. Oh my God.
I cannot. So here's the thing. People think I'm fucking playing about my asthma.
You are not. You sound horrible.
I literally, and I feel okay always. I don't know if I'm always just wheezing. That's why I don't feel it anymore. Like
you need some nitric,
someone
girl.
in a toxic relationship who's just like, it's normal now.
You need nitric.
You think?
Yes. 20 of nitric.
But do you think wheezing that way, is it like my alveoli aren't opening enough? Am I just not getting, like, I don't know. I need a pulmonologist.
You need a respiratory therapist as well. Let's call Captain ECMO.
I always tell the RTs at work, I'm like, hey, if you see me down, just give me some albuterol. Just fucking come, run.
You definitely need.
They were like, well, we can't give you shit till you're admitted. Yeah. I'm like, damn it.
So that's the way the Pyxis is set up. Metanab stat to Fowler. Yeah, that was a big wheeze. Good God.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck we're talking. Oh, the Michael B. Jordan movie. Do you remember when we were talking about him and Lori Harvey and we were like, are they even still together?
Yeah.
And then boop, just like we freaking talked it into the world. They're taking pics together for the premiere of that movie.
I saw something that was saying that she admitted that he's like the branding ambassador or whatever model for some company that she's getting ready to launch or something. I don't know if it's like a cologne line or something, but she was saying that she admitted that he is going to be a model for her particular product or something like that. That's
because they're dating or because it's
that was pretty much how it all kind of started from their dating stuff. Because remember there was this conspiracy that they're really not together, that they're just doing it for publicity.
That's what I would like to go with.
Yeah. But he was really good. First of all, him and Lauren London as a couple,
dude.
So
as
cute.
Soon as I saw
movie.
that Lauren London was in that movie, I was like, I need to watch.
Yeah, it was rough though, because I mean, it was a good movie. I thought it was a really good movie.
Is this his company, his production company?
That I'm not sure of, but it was really good. It was a little like slow in the middle of it. And then like his acting, I don't know, it was really weird. His acting was very slow in the movie, and we were just like, okay, speed this shit up. Come on. All right, get to the storyline. We get it. Okay. But it was a really good movie.
I'm a stan. Love Michael. Yeah. Everything that he does. And there's movies he has where I'm like, this is you as a like this. You've hit a stride in this movie. Yeah. And then there's movies where I'm like, why are you acting? Like I can tell that you're acting.
Yeah, definitely. That's how it was in this movie a little bit. It was a great storyline. Well, actually, the storyline was.
We just tucked down this movie.
It was a good movie, but it was good action. I'll just say that. Okay. It's good action.
He is one of those actors that I will see everything he does. I stand behind him, good, bad, whatever. It's, you know why? Do you remember that movie he was in with Zac Efron and Miles Teller? Literally all-star cast. Love all those men.
No, what movie was that?
That Awkward Moment.
Never heard of it. You're more into movies than
Holy
I am.
rom-com. It's great. Let me give you a little backstory.
Oh, geez. Okay.
3 men. You know,
In a car. No.
3 men walk into a bar.
3 men in a boat.
It's Michael B. Jordan and Zac Efron, you know?
Yep.
Okay. Miles Teller.
No.
I'm trying to think what you would fucking know him from. Spectacular Now.
Nope. Never saw that.
Just a white guy you really don't give a fuck about.
Okay.
The 3 of them are friends in New York. They're all going through relationship shit. That's what the movie's about.
Yeah.
So Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan is married and he's going through a weird shit with his wife. Zac Efron is like a huge playboy, and so it's just a rom-com about the 3 of them as friends. And
Yeah.
it's so fucking good.
Cool beans.
Watch
I think Michael B. Jordan, to me, everything he touches is a good movie. I haven't seen him in anything horrible yet.
But did you watch Fahrenheit?
No.
Whatever the fuck, not great.
Fahrenheit? What is that?
What is the book? Fahrenheit 41.
Ladder 49? No, I'm kidding.
Shut the fuck up. No. Fahrenheit 9/11. Fahrenheit.
What did he play, or who did he play?
Fahrenheit 451. It's the book, Fahrenheit 451. Did you ever read it? Obviously, I didn't because I didn't even know what the fuck it's called.
I don't read books.
That's right. Read a book. No. Fahrenheit 451 is a book. It's very popular.
Yeah.
That was the first, to my recollection, that was the first movie he did. It was on HBO, but that was the first movie his production house made.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was kind of like a thing with HBO where they were like, if you star in it, we'll back it. You can whatever. It was kind of slow for me. That was the only thing he's been in that I was like, it's slow.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I don't really follow his career like that. I just think he's a great actor, but I'm not like, ooh, Michael B. Jordan, gotta go see that.
Ever since Friday Night Lights, baby, I'm a stan. He was fucking angsty in that show.
Here's the thing, I never saw Friday Night Lights.
What?
However, I did watch the series.
Yeah, it's a series.
Oh, okay.
He was in the series.
No, then I saw the movie then. Whatever, maybe, yeah, I saw the movie then, because he wasn't in that one.
Okay,
so that was the movie then.
He was not in the movie, but he was in the series.
Gotcha, okay. Yeah,
glad we're here doing this together.
Yes, he was a great actor. He was great in that movie, Without Remorse. It's on Prime. And it's free right now.
Oh, I'll have to go watch it.
Yeah, definitely go watch it.
And that's our Michael B. Jordan segment.
Yes.
Thanks for joining.
But first, okay, we're gonna head to the rehab corner. But the biggest thing, first of all, we want to start in the rehab corner. The month of May is speech.
My birth month.
Okay, let's try this again. The month of May is.
Mother's Day weekend.
I hate you. Speech therapy month.
Yay!
Let's give it up for our speech therapist.
Woohoo!
Speech therapy. SLP.
Answering all my throat related questions.
Yes. Thank you. First of all, for those people who don't know, speech therapy
is an
amazing discipline that is woven into the hearts of our rehab brothers and sisters. I know a lot of times when y'all hear rehab, y'all just automatically assume, oh, it's PT and OT. Yes,
more than just PT.
We are there. Yeah, that's right. PT is the bane of everything. We're the golden children. But also there's this other sector that gets to walk around with snacks and a book bag.
Yo, you remember, who is it that has they all have fanny packs full of snacks.
They do. They have coolers full of snacks, and they don't have to lift a single patient. So I'm kind of jealous.
And they're the therapist everyone wants to see.
Everybody.
I cannot count how many times I've walked into a room and I'll say, hey, Mr. Whatever the fuck, it's me, the person you obviously want to see because you've been in a bed for 3 weeks. Let's get you up and moving. I'm not moving till speech comes.
I'm not moving till speech therapy comes because I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. I heard I can't get up until speech comes, and I'm not getting up till I can eat in speech.
I haven't eaten in 5 days. I'm starving.
I'm like, you literally haven't been out of this bed in too many days. Come on, let's move. No, I'm not getting up until speech comes.
Yeah. Our speech therapists at our hospital are so amazing.
They really are.
I would choose any one of them to be my speech therapist. God forbid if I had an issue.
I feel like they won't be quick to be like, Peg.
No, I love the fact that, first of all, I think our speech therapists at our hospital are bulldogs, or they're Rottweilers, okay? They are vicious because they do not care about what you want as a clinician. They care only about what is best for that patient. They don't play that bureaucracy bullshit where let's just peg them and send them to LTAC. Fuck no. Let's get them on a diet. They will do everything that they can to get these people eating while they are on ventilators, getting Passimirs or speaking valves on trach patients, making sure that they have the best care that they could possibly have prior to going to, another department or another facility. So shout out to all the speech therapists, the speech language pathologists out there. You guys are so wonderful. We appreciate you as PTs and OTs, and keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, hell yeah. I don't think people realize if you're not eating, because 2 feeds
2 feet is not where it's at.
People need to eat psychologically. They need to be eating, but B, the way to explain to people, once you eat, your body needs food and nutrients, and if you're not doing that, then when we come in here and try to move you and do all this shit, it's not gonna work.
No,
you're gonna fatigue, you're gonna fade out fast, your body can't do it.
Yeah,
it's such an important thing. Speaking is such an important thing.
Yeah, communication.
The difference it makes in a patient when you go in the room and they've been intubated forever, they've been trached forever, and when you finally get to hear their voice, I literally want to cry every time. Well, it's so nice to hear your voice.
Even with our stroke patients who, are aphasic and they cannot openly communicate to us. And yes, we're about the gross motor and the fine motor, but when it comes to being able to just communicate their needs and what they require, and that cognitive link that kind of comes with the ability to speak therapists are so instrumental in helping people get their voice back. I mean, people who have had vocal cord paralysis from intubation, from being on ventilators and things of that nature, they are so incredibly vital in the cognitive aspect as well as the speaking aspect of patients' health.
Oh, hell yeah. I love when I go and tell a speech therapist, like, hey, I have this patient, you have them too. There's something going on. I think it's aphasia. We can't figure out what it is. And then they'll come back and they'll be like, oh no, it's not that, but it's this, and this is how we communicate. They know exactly what's going on. They just need to communicate like this and you won't have a problem. It makes my job 10 times easier.
And too, I actually had the pleasure of co-treating with OT and speech for 3 different patients this week, which PT, OT, and speech. I don't feel like PT and speech really collaborate as much. When we co-treat obviously as much as we collaborate with occupational therapy, just because we are actually moving patients. But even with speech therapy, like, it is so wonderful just to see them be able to sit these patients up and them eat perfectly fine with them while they're sitting up. They're working on balance with the Cheerios story. Yeah, that Alyssa was losing her lunch over. But it's just amazing that they're of their willingness and flexibility. I mean, even too, we've had some of our speech therapists at our job, or even one speech therapist in particular who's no longer at our job. This girl would stay all hours of the night to take these patients down to radiology, to go and get modified barium swallow studies at the drop of a dime. I mean, they are seeing 14 and 22 patients a day.
When I heard about that, first of all, at our hospital, when I heard about the case that the speech therapist had, I said, never could I ever. No. Then I heard about the fact that once you have a patient, that patient is yours unless some crazy shit happens. Forever. Once if they get readmitted through their whole hospital stay, that is your patient. Oh, couldn't be me.
But then too, it's even kind of sad to a degree when you hear, some of our speech therapists tell us about experiences they have had with patients at other hospitals who the speech therapist maybe there didn't give a shit, and this patient is pegged, and then they come in and they do a modified and they're just like, this patient can eat. They've literally had a fucking peg for a year for no reason. This patient can swallow. Like, there's nothing wrong with their swallowing ability. And just the way that these speech therapists go above and beyond the call of duty every single day, it amazes me. And we work with some amazing speech therapists. Like, I'm not just saying that because they listen to our podcast, because some of them don't. But we have a very good group of speech therapists. So I haven't run into, no, I won't say that. I was going to say, I haven't run into a horrible speech therapist yet, but I absolutely have. Definitely. Just like with every discipline,
Yeah, there's good and bad.
Yeah, definitely.
Just like how there's so many bad PTs.
And bad OTs.
I didn't say that.
Yeah. I'm saying it. Yeah.
Interesting.
OTs suck. I'm kidding. But yeah. So shout out to speech therapy. If you see a speech therapist, a speech language pathologist, or SLPs, if you see that anywhere, those are amazing people. See a speech therapist, think a speech therapist, hug a speech therapist.
Lick them.
I didn't say that. That was Fowler. So what else are we talking about in the rehab corner other than speech therapy?
I don't know if you've noticed, but at work there's a lot of people in scrub colors that we are not privy to.
Yes.
And I would like to call them students. A lot of students, but also a lot of new grads.
Yes, definitely.
And it's making my job hard. But as a new grad, I also don't feel like I can be like, you're making my job hard.
Yeah, you can. You absolutely can. So here's the thing. This is what we're talking about specifically. So you know how when, so us as PTs and OTs, especially working in acute care settings or in the hospital setting, when we are in patient rooms, we get patients and we see patients at the most acute level. So meaning, a patient comes from the ER, is admitted into the hospital. Once you're admitted into the hospital, guess who you see? PT and OT.
Or
right?
like your chest was cracked yesterday for a massive surgery.
Yes.
You know who sees you the next day to get your ass up?
Therapy. PT and OT and speech as well. Speech will probably see you first before we do.
Yeah, they're trying to make sure you can fucking breathe.
Exactly.
Swallow.
So the problem is that when we have, because this happened to me last week, where you have nurses who are at the bedside, and most nurses who know you as therapy, and they, I guess, trust you to a degree, they'll kind of be like, oh, okay, I know you're good with my patient. Do you need me to be in the room? And I'm like, no, I definitely don't need you. Go get some coffee, go get whatever, or just catch up on your chart. I don't give a shit what you do. Just don't be in my room.
Just get the fuck out of the room. Just get the fuck out.
And so on Friday, there was this situation where this one particular nurse, super sweet nurse, right? She just always likes to be in the room when we're there. And I'm just like, hey, this is a great opportunity for you to go check on your other patient, because I really don't need you to be in here because you're overstimulating my patient who's already confused out of his fucking mind. So I would rather for you to not be in here because you already talk too much, and the patient can only tolerate listening to one person at a time.
Well, and nurses can't help but fucking nurse.
Yes, they can't sit on their hands. They don't work like that. But I mean, some of them will be like, bitch, I'm not helping you. But for the most part,
they're like, oh, let me fix this and let me do this. And are you okay? And are you did it? And did it?
Right. You sure you don't need me? Sure, I'm positive I don't need you. I've been doing this a very long time. And then you get some of those new grads who are just like this one patient I evaluated on, I think it was Thursday or Friday. He was having like a bladder irrigation going and had a Foley and everything. And so of course he has these lines attached to him. Well, I'm doing my evaluation. I'm used to dealing with lines. That's not a new thing. And so as we stand and I'm having him to take a couple steps just so I can test his balance, nurse is like, oh, wait, remember he has this. And so I politely tell this nurse, I'm very aware of what this patient has. I've been doing this probably longer than you've been a nurse. So I would politely ask you to step out of the room while I'm in the middle of my PT evaluation.
Balls,
and so she just kind of looked at me weird, like
I could never.
No, I absolutely could, because you're getting on my nerves and you're pissing off the patient too. So it's 2 against 1. So
I had a whole ass nurse specialist tell me, you know this patient's on ECMO, right? I said, well, considering the big ass fucking machine and the cannula is coming out of his fucking groin, yeah, I knew he was on ECMO.
And the fact that you're in the room holding the
cannulas. The fact that I personally went to you to get you to make sure you were ready to move this patient. Yeah, I know he's on ECMO, but thank you.
Yeah, it's just, I don't think nurses sometimes realize the amount of stimulation that they're giving patients. And it's like, go ahead and pick up your leg. Okay, that's not gait training. Shut up.
That's it for me, is like when I'm moving a patient and we're getting things, there's a lot. Okay, listen, and I feel like you would agree. Half of it is the moving part, but the other half is the you're okay. Keep breathing. Yeah. I'm going to give you this rest break. I'm talking right now so you can stop fucking thinking about what's going on, because it's a big fucking deal.
Definitely.
And I know your body, like I'm not just talking to fucking hear myself. I'm not just sitting here for a second to gather my thoughts. It's a rest break for them. There's other things that I'm doing. And you and I know that because we do it all day.
Yeah.
But the nurses are just like, oh,
yeah,
do this and do that. And you're just sitting here. And I'm just like, I know.
Yeah.
It's that for me.
It's a bit, it can be a bit annoying, because even I had this one patient who recent heart transplant, and the nurse that was there has been a nurse for like, over 25 years. And so me and her worked in the old unit together. And so because we've been working together for so long, she knows that when I come in her patient's room that she doesn't have to stand there and watch me, because she trusts me. Right. And we were working together, and she was just like, okay, Monica, I already know you're going to tell me where you need me. So, myself, the OT was in the room, and her work collaboratively together. Like when we show up, she says nothing. Like she'll talk to us, but she's not actively talking to the patient. She won't say anything to him.
Maybe that's what it is. Like talk to me, don't talk to the patient. Exactly. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. It's like when you're like, we're in here doing a treatment. So pretend that we are a surgeon doing a surgery. Would you instruct a surgeon on what to do in surgery? If the answer is no, treat us the same way, because we are delivering a skill set that you do not have. So how are you? I know it looks simple to you for us to just get a patient up and get them into the chair or walk or whatever. But if you don't even understand the phases of gait and how to walk, how can you teach a patient that? You just telling a patient to lift up their leg, that's not teaching them how to walk. Yeah. There is a special skill set. And even too, when you guys are doing cognitive assessments and trying to help patients process things like, cognitively. Oh, I
already told them that. Oh, they already know that. Or they already talked to me about that.
It's just like, there's a whole skill set that's here. Mm-hmm. We don't need you talking to add to it. Like, I love when nurses just sit outside the room in the ICU and they're just like, hey, if you need something, grab me.
But even there is a new nurse there who's just very involved with the patients and ask questions to us because he's just interested and excited and very helpful, but he stays out of the fucking way.
He does. He's like, you guys just tell me what you need.
What do you need? Can I do this for you? Can I do that? No. Okay, tell me what you want.
I need you to stand outside the door. That's it.
Just stand right the fuck
That's it. That's all I need you to do. Because a lot of times, again, the presence of multiple people in the room already stimulates the patient.
Right.
And
I always try to tell people there's too many people talking in here. I cannot imagine being in an ICU with lines coming out of every freaking orifice of my body and 6 people telling me what to do.
Because even we had this one patient, myself and a new grad OT, we were evaluating her on another floor, but still in ICU, and she
Monica's cheating on me with another OT.
No, you cheat on me with our other PT all the time.
That's different.
And you throw it in my face. Then when we have patients, you're just like, oh, I'm gonna go with her first, and then I'll go with you. Like I'm the fucking redheaded stepchild, you bitch. Anyway, so we went and evaluated this lady who had a large stroke, right? Super young lady, large stroke. She had a hemorrhage as well. In situations like that, the patients do not have the cognitive ability to focus. So every time somebody walks by their room, they're completely distracted. Well, the nurse comes in and she's doing all of this stuff and I'm asking the patient cognitive questions and I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to stop. And so I was like, what is it that you need? What is it that you're looking for? Well, I'm just looking for some leads. Okay, I need you to go to the supply room to go get your fucking leads, and I need you to leave this room because I normally never close the curtains, but in this situation, the patient needed to be in a closed environment. So I'm like, close off the thing, and even her family member was in there, and she was just like, oh yeah, she was able to do this and this and that because of course she's nervous and she's anxious because she's not used to seeing her family member in this manner. And so I just told the family member, hey, here's what I need you to do. Okay, sit down. Just sit down and be quiet. Just watch. That's it. Like, just be quiet. Because you're stimulating my patient and I need her to focus on me and the other therapist that's in the room and not you. So I don't think people really understand how much they overstimulate patients in situations like that. So nurses, please trust your therapist. We know what the fuck we're doing. We really do. Like,
unless I have given you a reason not to trust me.
Even if I have.
I give nurses that option. If I've done something wild, you're free to stand in the fucking room.
Well, I mean, even that one patient that I had, and he's still alive. I'll just say that he was
thank God.
He was the impeller patient that he coded in the middle of the hallway when I was doing my gait assessment, and I had to run him all the way back to the room. And this was this nurse's first time with an impeller patient.
Oh, no.
And he kept telling me, he was like, Monica, I don't really think that you should get him up and walk. And I said, well, I don't tell you how to do your job. Don't tell me how to do
out the Bentley Bentayga over here.
Right. But my thing is,
I walk patients on impellers all the time.
Exactly. And that's what I was telling him. I said, you don't need to worry. Like, if they put the impeller in right, we ain't got nothing to worry about, brother. And even if something does happen, that's not my job to fix. You know why? Because I'm not the one who put the goddamn impeller in. What did you used
to tell me? This is the best place in the hospital for anything bad to happen. Everyone is here who needs to be here to respond to something bad.
Absolutely. And this was 3 years ago. And we were by the window. The man coded in the middle of the hallway. The nurse froze and was like, see, Monica, I told you. And I was like, first of all, you jinxed yourself because you shouldn't have said that. And the patient is alive. He actually was, recently in the hospital. And we laugh about that all the time. Every time I see him and his wife, we laugh about it all the time. He was like, yeah, remember that time I coded in the hallway and you had to run me back to the room?
Yeah, I fucking remember.
I'm like, yeah, your other nurse remembers. That's why he's no longer at the bedside. But anyway, yeah, it's just like here's what I want from medical professionals. We as PTs and OTs, we are trained medical professionals who not only go through years of schooling, we also have to go through clinical rotations just like y'all do. We get on the job experience and training as well. If you do not talk to, respond to, come at a surgeon in a certain particular way, do not feel comfortable to come at therapy that same way. Even if you never talk to a neurologist a certain type of way or an intensivist, if you treat me with the same respect that you treat an intensivist with. You know why? Because I cannot consult myself, motherfucker. Okay? I am a specific specialty that has a specific skill set that you do not possess. And no one else in this hospital possesses it except for the motherfuckers with P's on their chest and O's. Okay.
That's why you call me when your patient needs to brush your teeth, bitch.
Thank you. Like I am not there to lift your patient just into a chair. I had this one nurse this week was like, "Hey, Monica, when you get off the floor,
shit. Is it about a Hoyer? I don't want to hear.
Yeah, no. It was like, can you help me get her back in the bed? No, bitch. If I got her out, it's your job to get her back. You were in nursing school, and I know nursing school taught you how to mobilize patients. And if they didn't, you need to cuss out whoever taught you in nursing school because they did you a disservice.
I already told you. I had to tell 3 separate times. I had to explain to nurses this week. My job is not to Hoyer your patient.
No.
It is not a functional skill.
No.
Unless you can get yourself into the Hoyer, strap yourself in, and fucking use that remote to then lift yourself and put you in the chair. Yeah. It is not a functional fucking skill.
No, it is not.
So no, I will not be Hoyering your patient. You can Hoyer the patient, and then I can go and work with them on something therapeutic in which my job is to restore function.
Yes.
Through meaningful activity.
Absolutely.
So unless it's meaningfully fucking initiate anything, any kind of muscle activation, I'll take. It's not, and then it's not in your thumbs to fucking work a Hoyer control.
And the thing is too, it's like, this is the standard that was put, or should be the standard anyway, where when therapy walks in the room, unless your patient is actively dying, they should already be up in a chair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I think that's our no.
Well, that's the hospital standard.
That's our hospital standard.
Well, the thing is too, the problem is before our CVICU unit was built or converted into that unit, we had an SICU, which there was a totally different standard because you had a bunch of seasoned nurses who the surgeons did not play with them. It was written in their protocols. My patient needs to be up every morning, 5 a.m. So you rarely ever had to get a patient up from the bed unless, again, they were dying and then you couldn't work with them. But there has been this lackadaisical type situation where, well, I won't say lackadaisical. I'll take that back. The problem is in some hospitals, they will never fully staff nursing units. Even in ICUs, there are unsafe situations where you have nurses who are 2-to-1, 3-to-1. They should not be, right?
The last thing they're worried about is getting their fucking patient.
Exactly. They're just trying to get through their 12-hour shift without a patient dying on them. They're not concerned about any of that stuff. They're just like, hey, therapy, we already know you're going to get them out of the bed anywhere. Or you're going to get them up and moving. The least you can do is get them up to the chair. Yes, that makes sense to a degree. But for us, they should already be there because the longer you keep them in the bed, you're undoing all of our work. And we're only in these patients' room between 23 and 38 minutes a day.
That's what it is for me. Because and this is where I think it's just a big communication issue. / they don't actually know what the fuck we're doing, which isn't on them. Because I guess we could be more communicative about what we're actually doing. But to maximize my time, I need all that bullshit to be done, right? Because managing the lines, getting them up out of bed, waking them up, getting them to the edge, make sure their vitals are fucking stable, standing them, getting to the chair,
making sure they're clean,
making sure they're fucking clean, and then letting them recover. That's my session. That's the 30 minutes I had to be with you because I have 7 other people I gotta fucking see.
Absolutely.
So if we had already done that and you were in the chair, we could actually work on things functionally and getting you stronger and getting those muscles activated. And now that time's fucking out the window.
Yeah, and then the patients are like, "Is that it?" Yeah, bitch. What you mean?
Well, I had a patient. So, especially in the COVID unit, a lot of the patients that were getting to the chair, that's all they can tolerate because it's a lot, and it wipes them out, right? So my patient the other day was like, I said, "How was being in the chair the other day?" He said, "It's fine. What are we gonna do today?" I said, "Get in the chair." I was talking to the PT. Are we gonna get him to the edge of the bed? Are we gonna do chair mode? Because just lines wise, sometimes chair mode is easier. It's not my favorite thing, but sometimes it just works out. He's like, "Please, can we do the chair mode? It takes so much out of me to sit on the edge of that bed and get into the chair." And I was like, "Dude, I know. That's why I thought they were going to have you in the fucking chair when I walked in here. I know it takes everything out of you. I feel so bad because even if we get you sitting up on the edge of the bed and it takes like 30 seconds longer than usual because we're trying to figure out a line or something, that's 30 seconds of endurance you don't have anymore."
Yeah, definitely. And it takes forever to recover, I think, in certain units and in certain situations, because especially too, even like in your neuro units, these people have had something happen to the epicenter of their body, which is the brain. The brain controls everything. Like your brain can still operate without with an artificial heart. Let's be clear, okay? And your body is still trying to keep up with the jobs and duties of communicating to all of these different areas of your body to keep it alive and keep it in homeostasis. And we come in and like, hey, let's get you stronger.
lights on, sheets off, like fuck, dude. I think
it's exhausting.
And an ICU, just trying to keep your eyes open is an exercise.
Yeah, it is. And then you got my goofy ass coming in there. Hey, good morning, sunshine.
And hopefully, she's not with me.
Literally, and then I'm playing with their eyelids and opening them up. Hey, rise and shine, buddy, let's go. And then I turn on the salsa music that's on the TV, and I'm just like, oh, you gonna wake your ass up today.
And then that's 7 minutes of your session, and unfortunately, we're on a fucking time crunch.
We are, because we got everybody else to see on our list. We're only here for 8 hours a day, and we don't want to be here for longer. So we have to be able to get to everybody on their list.
It's a time game. It's a numbers game, which sucks. And I know the nurse, like I see it. The nurses are busy. They're running meds. Things happen. It's just one of those things, man. It's a cluster. Yeah, it is. And then too, when you communicate certain things to the people in your department who have the powers that be, whatever power they got. Anyway, and then you basically tell them, hey, this is what would make my shift easier, and I think the team, it would make this easier. And they go and they're just like, oh yeah, so let's just add another tech. Here's my thing.
It's not the answer.
Yes. So if I communicate to you, hey, the issue is nursing on every other ICU is up getting these patients in the chair if they're able to get in the chair.
Right.
That knocks 30 minutes off of my session to where I can do actual things and these people can progress. Because as soon as I go in there, I'm the first one to get them up. They're soiled. The lines are jumbled from the night before. Yeah. The patient's not awake. Also, this is the first time they're moving.
Because the nurse is trying to catch up too, because they have rounds and they just got reports. So they come into a shit show.
Exactly. I'm like, their vitals aren't stable because they've been laying down for 12, 13 hours. So it's a lot, right? Yeah. So if we could work out something with nursing to where they're used to getting them up and moving, even chair mode or something. Yeah. Perfect. So what do I get after making these fucking recommendations, right? Yeah, so we told nursing that they need to be in the room and available whenever you're working with the patient. So now I have not only me and the PT and perfusion and fucking specialists and sometimes RT because shit's popping off. That's 5 people. Now the nurse's ass is in these small ass rooms. That's 6 people plus a patient 7 in this room.
Yeah. That's too many people.
And that's not what the fuck I said.
That's not even what I said.
So now not only is this nurse just in here with no job, because literally there are too many hands here for her to even have a job to do anything. Yeah. That's just time fucking wasted. Yeah, it is. But she's being told by her supervisors that my supervisors are diligent about wanting extra hands in the room.
And that is not what we're saying. That's literally like, here's it. It's the not listening for me. Like, I've literally detailed out everything that I am requesting from you, everything that I'm asking. And to me, it is very common sense stuff. But because you don't treat patients, you don't understand what the fuck I'm talking about. That's why you cannot relate and you cannot relay the message properly, because you don't touch a single soul in this entire hospital. And you shadowing me and looking at me do it is not going to help.
If I'm observed one more time, I swear to fucking God, I'm being racially profiled. I swear,
that's definitely
I'm being racially. I'm not trying to make it like this, but I swear to God, it feels like I'm being racially fucking profiled. Why am I always observed in the ICU? Why?
It's so coincidental that it's just you.
It's just me every fucking time. And then I have someone from fucking leadership. We just want to come and observe. Observe what? Observe me doing what?
What do you need to observe? No. Don't observe. Get in here, put your gloves on, and you transfer the patient. I want you to feel how heavy these motherfuckers are. You need to feel that so you can understand it's like Undercover Boss. This is why I appreciate that show so much. You all need to get your hands dirty in what your staff actually does. And you're licensed clinicians.
Yo, my back was fucked after last week and I forgot how bad it is, because there's some days where...
Because you came right back from vacation in COVID.
I came straight from vacation right back to COVID and my back was fucked. I have bruises. Yeah. Look at this bruise. That is a finger bruise, my friend. They are grabbing on for dear life.
Yes, they are, because they can't breathe.
And it's just hot. It is difficult having 8 patients in a row, total times 2. Could have used 3, but are making it work.
Absolutely.
There's no easy way to do it. You just have to transfer how you can, because there's shit in the room everywhere. There's lines everywhere. You're always going to get tangled in something. You're just trying to get them from point A to point. Yeah. My actual hands-on time with the patient in a 30-minute session is probably what? 4 minutes.
I was gonna say 7.
Yeah, 7 if you're fucking lucky.
Yeah, because then you got rest breaks, and then you got this nurse being pulled from this area, this specialist. What, we're gonna go down for what? CT? Because every time shit like that happens, a patient needs to go on a field trip. Your session has to come to an end, and you're like, bitch, I'm trying to maximize what I'm doing here. I need your undivided attention while I'm in these rooms.
In a 30-minute session, I will actually touch my patient 4 to 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Because there's so much other shit, moving lines, getting people ready, gathering people, giving them a rest break, making sure they're okay, recycling a blood pressure,
wiping their ass,
letting them rest again once they're back in the chair, scooting them back in the chair, resetting them up with all the line. It's ridiculous.
It's annoying. Yeah.
And then my back gives out because it's fucking, they're heavy.
Listen, this is exactly why people are getting out of the field of rehab.
Should have been in IT.
Listen, I should have gone into tech. You hear me? We are in the wrong profession. Like, I know it feels like we are like, you know, always complaining about our jobs. It's not that we're complaining.
I know it sounds like I'm always complaining. I'm venting in my silo.
We're venting because we want the public to know exactly what it is we go through in our healthcare. Because I'm quite sure even too, the nurses probably feel like that. I cannot tell you how many nurses have said to me, oh my God, these doctors are getting on my nerves, because they walk in, or even RTs, you walk in the room, your patient's on a vent, and all of a sudden your vent settings are changed. Who the fuck changed them? Well, you know it ain't therapy, because we don't know how to work them damn machines.
That's my favorite, when they'll be like, who touched the A line? I'm like, you know good and goddamn well I'm not touching the A line.
Listen, one of the RTs, she got a little bug with me. I think it was last week, the top of last week. She was just like, Monica, I know you know how to disconnect the nitric, but you didn't plug it back in. I said, well, first of all, are you asking me, or are you telling me what I did or did not do? I said, because I think there's another question that needs to be asked, because I did not plug it back in, but ask me why. Because the nurse had to move the patient back to the bed, because I asked her to make the bed up. By the time we went walking, did she do it? No, she did not. So you know what I did? I put that patient right in that chair, and I said, hey, when she gets some lint on that motherfucking bed, she will move your ass back up in there. I got other patients to go see. Bye, bitch. Okay. And she was like, oh, well, you didn't plug it back in. And did it give you a notification that the nitric was completely empty? Ma'am, I've been dealing with nitric for a long time. I know what the notifications are, and it was still nitric in there. So no, that was not me. And she was like, okay, we were just trying to figure out who it was. No, because I always call y'all when I'm finished with nitric and be like, hey, bitch, go check my work. I put it back. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just like, here's the thing. Just communicate. Dude. Just communicate. That's it.
That's nursing lines, babes. Yeah. I won't touch it. We were trying to transfer some of the other. First of all, the thing is, my job is so much harder, because your job as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a nurse, which means I can't just connect and disconnect as we go, which would make our job fucking 57 times easier, because all these lines are tangled, and so I have to wait, or I have to Tetris my way out. So when the nurse looks at me and she's like, well, we'll just disconnect him from the vent while we transfer, we'll put him right back on. That fucking sounds good to me. It probably sounds good to you. I can't fucking do that.
No, legally in my practice act, I cannot disconnect IVs.
A goddamn thing. You know what I can do? Fucking unclip the Foley and put it on the chair.
Exactly.
I can take these SCDs off.
I can suction. Mm-hmm. But my thing is, I legally cannot disconnect and connect an IV line, because why? It's administering medication. I cannot do that in my practice act. So even though it's something simple as just taking it off and putting it back on, I can't do that.
Now, bitch, I barely want to hold their feeds.
Feeds are, that's fine. But I mean, have I done it? I'm not going to incriminate myself, so I'm not going to answer that question. However,
neither here nor there.
Exactly. But the reality is that I think, you know, in situations like that, it's hard for everybody. Like I said, nurses have it horrible. They absolutely.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to be at work for 12 hours.
Because first of all, you're stuck at the bed for 12 hours trying to keep somebody's loved one alive.
4 hours too long.
That's a long ass time to be sitting there, and especially if your patient crazy and on restraints and agitated, that's a lot to deal with. And then for our asses to come in there and be like, hey bitch, I know you're in the middle of trying to keep this patient alive, but can I work with your patient?
But we're gonna sit them up at the edge of the bed. They've never been up before. Their heart rate's fucking gonna skyrocket. You don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm gonna tangle all your lines up.
Right, because even this week I had this one young girl who's, you know, on a vent. She was intubated. They were going to trick her like days later or whatever. And I told the nurse, I was like, hey, I'm going to get this patient up to the chair. And so, because she's awake and on her phone. And so he was just like, I mean, I'm just trying to go downstairs to get some tacos. And I was like, you can go downstairs to get your tacos. I don't need you in the room. He's like, are you sure? Bitch, I've been doing this longer than you. I know how to move a patient who's on a vent to a fucking chair. It's not difficult. It's very easy. And she was perfectly fine.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So the other nurse that was watching his patients, once he went down and get his little taco, she was like, do you need anything from me? No, I don't. And guess what I did? Stood the patient by myself, transferred her to the chair by myself. I was like, hey, just move the bed out of the way. That's all I need you for, was to move the bed out of the way. She ain't even got no lines. It's easy. The girl weighs $105. I can pick this girl up and slam her in the damn chair. It's not that difficult. Like, it's not difficult. It's not. But again, I get it from nursing standpoint. Nursing, first of all.
Oh, I think about that every day. I'm like, if I was a nurse, I'd probably be so pissed at therapy, because you come in and therapy's always, I always get bucked because I'm like, you knew we were coming and you're the one who wants them up because the doctor wants them up. So you're not going to have their shit ready for me, even though you know this is what you want.
Absolutely.
Right. That's my attitude. But they're also like, I have 8 million things going on. The last thing I care about is if their lines are fucking organized or if their ass is wiped. Yeah, I know they're dirty. I'm trying to fucking get to it.
Yeah, we come in, we're like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Hey,
hey, we're ready.
Why are your lines messed up? Bitch, I just got here and got report. Okay, I haven't even eaten my breakfast yet.
Who did these lines? Who?
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't even fucking know.
But then there are the nurses that you have that are super nice, and they're just like, because even on Friday I had this one nurse that was like, hey Monica, the hospitalist is just being really extra. They just want to make sure that the patient is safe. I got her up to the bed, to the bathroom. She moves perfectly fine. It'll be an easy eval for you. Not a problem. Pick up the patient. Hey girl, how you doing? Now you motherfucking nurses that be saying that shit and the patients be difficult as hell. Fuck you, and I hope a roach bites you on your fucking forehead.
No, the patient is fine. Please, they just want to get eval. You get up, they fucking But
this is how you know they're a horrible patient or they can't move. Oh, this patient, they're so nice.
Yeah, literally.
It's like an ugly person. They have a great character. Bitch, I know that means that they're ugly. And nurses, I hate when y'all do that shit. No, and be like, they're so nice.
Listen, the wife is in the room. She's so great. Nice. You're going to love. The patient's had a fucking stroke 7 years ago. Bedbound. Yeah. They're like, but we need a fucking eval to go back to sniff.
In AFib with RVR. And you're just like, you bitch, you lied to me.
They're like, well, what? Wasn't the wife nice?
But you know, I think nurses do that as payback, because when we get the patients in the chair and they got to figure out how to do
triple assist, 87 lines, external pacer,
and they're just like, how am I going to get them back?
I don't know.
You figure it out. I got them out.
Oh no, it really wasn't that bad. It's just my favorite is being like, it's just the lines.
Just have a second person for lines.
The patient's fine. It's just the lines.
We are such liars to each other. Nurses and rehab, we will lie to each other.
When you're passive aggressive and you're like, issue. I mean, it was 1 assist for me, but it's probably a 2-person assist for you.
Or you can be like, bitch, don't get them out. I don't care what they say. Do not do it.
Hey,
they will die.
I left a Hoyer pen underneath. And you're going to need it.
So how do I work the Hoyer lift, bitch?
Ooh, not
Google
me.
it. Do not call me. Listen, I will have people who will text me stuff and I'll be like, I'm logging out of this phone. I'm not doing it.
You just see red and then click.
Yep. They're airplane mode, bitch. Nope. Not going to answer. Ooh. But we appreciate our nurses here on the Face Off of Fleming and Fowler.
It was Nurses Week, yeah?
Yeah, it was. Happy Nurses Week.
Honestly, you do make my job so much more entertaining.
You really absolutely do. And for some of the nurses that we work, well, I would say most of the nurses that we work with, they make our jobs so much more easier as well too. They sacrifice their time, their energy, their bodies to help these patients and their family members get through a very dark time. They are the gatekeepers of all things dealing with medicine. We get to go to the bedside and leave very quickly. They have to stay there. So we appreciate every nurse, LPNs, CNAs, RNs, nurse educators,
GNPs.
Yes, nurse practitioners, not PAs, because y'all are not a part of that. Unless you were an RN and you just went to PA
school. And then we will
school.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely. If you don't have RN on your chest, no.
Every time a fucking patient calls me a nurse, I said, oh no, sir, I don't work hard enough to be a nurse.
No, you could not pay me enough money to be a nurse. That is the most thankless job. Like even when we were talking to Officer Goodbody last week, he was like, oh yeah, police officers is a thankless job. You want a thankless job? Bitch, be a nurse. Asses. Be a nurse. These people will cuss you out.
Nurses doctors save lives, but nurses are the ones there reading the signs, catching shit.
Doctors don't save lives. Doctors do not save lives. Nurses will catch the shit that doctors will never see because they don't spend time but be lying talking about, I have personally spent 60 minutes in this room in physical contact with this patient. How can you do that with 30 patients? That don't even add up.
Walks in for 6 minutes. How are you feeling today? Any other signs? Let me listen to your chest. Okay, that sounds good.
They wait until PT and OT go in there and get them up. Oh, good. They're more important than me. Let me just walk out. You're just like, and the nurse is like, where did the doctor go? I don't know. They just came in real quick and left. Doctors do not save lives. Not in a hospital setting, they don't. They absolutely, because when a code happens, guess who's humping on that patient to get him alive? The nurse is doing it. Who's administering meds? The nurse is doing it. Doctors stand by with their hands in their fucking pockets. Where are we now? Bitch, you can see the monitor. You see exactly what's going on. Why are you asking dumbass questions?
I like when they huff when they have to go start an A line. I'm like, what else were you doing?
A fucking A line. A goddamn A-line.
When they have to go start anything. Oh.
And then when you're just like, oh, are you going to take this patient? Well, what time are we doing it? Listen, bitch, if you want any therapy done today, I suggest you do this shit quickly and expeditiously, okay? Because once I get off the floor, I'm not coming back.
My favorite is, oh yeah, you can work with them. Just let me put this chest tube in real quick. No, that's inaccurate. You will never put it in quick.
Or let me just take out this line.
No.
You have to hold pressure for 5 minutes. No. Do you want me to remove the swan? No. I want you to keep everything in.
Please, for the love of God. It is a lot easier for me to just move that one line.
I'm going to DC the Foley.
No.
Don't DC the Foley.
Wait.
Leave every line that's there. Do it after I leave because it's going to take forever and I'm on a time limit.
Because as soon as they take it out, they're like, well, it's just bleeding a little bit more than we thought. So we're going to.
Yeah, let's just give them an hour to rest. Oh, we just extubated. Let's give them 4 fucking hours to relax. What?
I don't want them to talk. I want them to move.
They're on 2-hour vocal rest. Okay, I'm going to ask yes and no questions, bitch. That's it. Shake your head, yes or no. Yeah. So shout out to all of our nurses.
I love my job. A shout out to the nurses.
I don't love my job.
And you know what I do love? A direct deposit every 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
I'm going to keep that energy.
Absolutely. That's the only thing that's getting me by is paying my mortgage. And once this pops off to pay my mortgage, peace. Bedside.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Like and subscribe, ladies and gents.
Please donate. If you want to give to Patreon, we'll put our cash up on there. We don't have no Patreon yet, but we're going to get one.
We will have one soon.
Absolutely. But yeah, so shouts out to all of our speech therapists with Speech Therapy Month for the month of May. Also, too, Nurses Week was last week. If you see a nurse, think a nurse, love a nurse, hug a nurse. Also, too, my birthday is coming up May 18th. Fowler's birthday is coming up May 22nd, 3rd.
Wow.
23rd.
That's not even my birthday.
Your birthday is after mine, right?
Yeah, but not the 23rd or the 22nd.
21st?
I'm disgusted. Hang up the phone.
Wait, no, what day is it?
Dude, we're in our first fight.
The 26th? No.
Oh, you're so close.
The 27th?
You just keep fucking.
The 25th. 25th. I just knew you were a Gemini.
Do you know my name? Do you know my name?
Yes.
Okay.
Alyssa McGillicuddy Fowler.
Thank you.
I really thought it was a 22nd because I was like, I know you're. Oh, you know what? That's Audrey. Audrey's the 21st. Yeah.
Is she? I don't even know now.
She is.
Okay.
Yeah, we had to buy each other a cake last year or the year before last.
We should do a cake day in between all of us.
Yeah, that's what we did. Like one person buys a cake, so I buy a cake for who's ever after me, then you buy the cake for the other person afterwards and stuff like that.
Okay.
We don't like the department, so we're not doing that.
Well, no, we'll just eat it in the room.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just buy a cake for all of us. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, the month of May is a productive month. There's a lot going on.
We love a May birthday. Yours is coming up. We'll do a special birthday episode.
Yes, I'm a Taurus through and through.
A Taurus or a Taurus?
I'm a Taurus. I really say Taurus. I was trying to sound
I'm a Taurus.
I was trying to sound like, I don't know.
Well, you did. Whatever
I'm
you
a Taurus.
Whatever you were trying to accomplish, you got it.
I'm definitely a Taurus. I'm a Taurus.
I gotta get off this fucking podcast.
Yes. All right, y'all. Well, anything else we need to list or talk about before we leave?
No.
That was a long ass sigh for a no.
Y'all go out there this week, and I want you to look at someone in the eyes and tell them their shoes untied.
And their flies down.
And see if they fall for it.
Yeah.
Report back.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for listening to another episode. We'll see y'all next week.
Smell you later, suckers. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at The Face Off Pod. Be sure to tune in to The Face Off every Tuesday where new episodes are released.